don't know. Lagging behind a bit on the mid warding.
I mean, if it works, I guess. So I do know what you mean. There's a couple of better ward spots around the mid lane. There wasn't any actual brawling going on. So yeah. Phantom Lancer Bat Rider support. That's an interesting lane, one we don't really see a lot of, but I think it's actually a pretty good lane to just, you know, dominate people, because with that Spirit Lance plus the Napalm, you can get those stacks an awful lot faster than most Bat Rider supports do, and Phantom Lancer won't even have to miss any last hits. He can just stand there last hit, and then when Bat Rider tries to, you know, shove out the lane, bully away the Tree and Protector or whatever, he fires out a Spirit Lance every now and then, well, otherwise just continuing to farm and still has insane amounts of impact on the lane.
Alright, so actually we're seeing mid exactly what I told. Like literally all her mana and then full HP, while Viper already needed to use like 2 mangoes and the healing salve.
Oh,
that got cancelled.
Cancelled too with a cold snap. Yeah, this is the exact opposite of what I had expected. I would have expected Ken to just kind of be, well, a little bit more conservative with his regen here. And now Armel, he may very well be set up for a very easy lane on this Invoker. Because once you do start pulling ahead and you get a couple of points across, look at his health regen right now. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the first blood war. Actually, look at the Netverse craft. Viper is last place now because he has to waste so much regen. So this is a full disaster actually happening on mid lane.
Yeah, that it really is. Oh man. And I do talk a lot about,
but actually Armor might be misplaying here quite a bit. Yeah, Armor actually, or it was a bait. No, it actually wasn't a bait.
Like power shot, and it would have been an amazing play still.
Yeah, alright, Viper comeback. Armor overstayed there quite a bit. I had enough time to disengage, but he was too greedy.
Well, now both mid lanes are at least struggling a little bit in their lane. Phantom Lancer having a very steady lane, so is the Spectre, but what do you expect of these two? Safe laners? There's a reason why they're this insanely popular.
What?
And Ken, despite having...
Oh, bot lane. Actually nothing happening, both teams disengaging.
Well, Phantom Lancer does have the doppelganger available, so I think he should just be fine, even if he gets dived on. The Bat Rider, a lot more squishy, a lot easier of a kill.
Yeah, SPL's having a really hard time since this Bat Rider can't really efficiently do anything against the Purge, and the Strand Legion are just hitting him, and right now they're like hitting him again for like his full life, I don't know. And meanwhile Spectre is having the freest game of her life, so the game is actually going exactly how TNC wants it to go. Meanwhile,
that's
Viper...
exactly what I was about to say, except for Armel's mid lane. There he is still genuinely struggling against the Viper.
Yeah, but he's supposed to struggle against the Viper, really. I don't think it's a big deal. He's Quasvex and Walker, he can just go to side lanes, kill them, and anyway, Viper, like, what can she do? She can just, like, pressure... Okay, actually, Viper might dive here? No.
On the bottom lane there was an attempt to dive on the Phantom Lancer, but once again everyone forced to disengage. The second Bat Rider shows himself back in the lane, and yeah, this game is really chaotic, but both teams doing their best to play it safe, doing their best to not take any unnecessary risks here. But I feel like You know, until that kill, I was completely on board with you, but now the Viper is an entire level ahead of the Invoker. And yeah, he's supposed to struggle, but if the enemy mid lane is an entire level ahead, and Viper, of course, another hero that can just go to the side lanes and kill them, like the Crosswax Invoker.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Viper needs to destroy the lane harder here, cause Viper is super immobile and Invoker can control her on any gank and on any move. And if he doesn't fully dominate the lane, this Viper pick was not worth it at all. And well, I just don't believe he's gonna destroy the Spectre and Legion with the passive break. So this Invoker is super fine. He has his levels, he has farm.
My sadness that you're gone.
Well, we are gonna see about that. Not that I don't think TNC still have a very favorable draft, especially considering how much payloads have
dive from
struggling lane here.
I mean, on bot lane they're pressuring so hard and now they have the cutter pull, so the tier 1 tower is taking a lot of damage here actually.
Yeah, and so much missed farm on that PL as well, because it's simply between, well, either you miss the farm or you miss your life really quickly. On the mid lane now, a bit of a brawl breaking out potentially, but no. Everyone decides to disengage, not take the risk. Spectre, however, is sitting on top of net worth, so if she doesn't get destroyed by the Viper or by any hero for that matter, this Spectre may very well just end up running all over the enemy team. This may actually be a Radiant Spectre game if she keeps farming this well and being this far ahead. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, it's kind of nice against PL, but usual build right nowadays is going for the Manta. Like, there's not really any Spectres building Radiance anymore. But he might consider that they don't have enough solutions for the PL and go for Radiance, but yeah, we're gonna see, I doubt it. He also needs like the Manta to get rid of like Viper stuff, dodging Viper out, getting rid of Bad Rider stacks, dodging RP, so I don't know. I feel like he's still gonna go Manta, but maybe after Manta.
Yeah, that's kind of my line of thinking too. You do need that Manta style. There's a reason why it's such a freaking great item on Spectre. Also the Desolate damage. It's another thing that people kind of underestimate, but Anti-Mage 2 with his mana burn, he deals a ton of damage with Manta style. Same goes for Spectre. If your target is isolated, you just end up dealing a ton of pure damage. Ken on the mid lane now, getting gone on with a cold snap and made short work of even a Haunt coming in, so that Gabby can secure that last hit. He haunts through to the bottom lane where Palos is getting dived as well. That's 2 tower dives with 1 Spectre ultimate. And TNC, they pull ahead. They shut down both carries for the side of Execration, and they are exactly where they want to be at now.
Yeah, they might even get a bot tower. That's actually really big.
Radiant are scanning. How does that even work?
Yeah, opening up the map, making it hard for Phantom Lancer to even farm up, because Phantom Lancer, not all that amazing of a matchup against the Spectre. I'd say it's pretty close, slightly favored towards the Phantom Lancer, but you know, Dispersion is very annoying skill for him still. BDZ sneaking about with an Invis rune here.
Viper rotated bot lane now.
Yeah, setting up on the Legion. KP was gonna be fine had there not be an Invis hero luring behind him. But like this, not quite gonna tank through all of that damage. Did almost make it back out of the tower. Was he not caught, it would have been the easiest escape ever.
I'm actually very surprised. Viper seems to be getting multiple points in Netotoxin. Usually we see people max corrosive skin, and in this game I would probably do the same. He should probably also get some mango so he doesn't get mana burned by Invoker. Meanwhile we see the same pattern as last game. PL is like just going back to jungle and he's farming really fast. Oh. Looks like Magnus got ganked.
Got dropped to the top lane by the Invoker as well.
Tower ain't looking too steady.
So Armel, he not only recovered his lane, he's now roaming around, actually pushing the aggression, and as a full Quasi-X Invoker, not only that mana burn to shut down heroes like the Viper, like the Bat Rider is real freaking annoying, but also the amount of momentum that heroes secures and the amount of damage he's then able to do with that. Looks like they're committing on the Void Spirit kill here, and BDZ just gonna go down. Cold Snap securing that kill. Oracle maybe dying for the rune here. Magnus pressed RP and says Oracle's definitely dying for this rune. Halos getting himself a kill, a much needed one, even if it's just a support. At this stage they're still worth a decent amount of gold, and Phantom Lancer is opting for that farming Yasha to make sure he gets the maximum amount of GPM possible.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you think the Phantom Lancer is right prioritizing farm by going for a Yasha instead of just rushing the Diffu Blade here?
Oh, it's actually hard to say, but this is probably a game where it needs like Sunshine Yasha Satanic, but I guess the Fusional is still the item that's super important. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to fight, like he's not strong enough to fight at this point, so I can understand him going for Yasha.
Alright, yeah. That does sound reasonable. I mean, honestly, there's not much space left to farm at this rate either, not to sound too not to sound too one-sided here, but honestly, with that bot tier 1 taken down and TNC constantly moving aggressively, they're constantly grouped up, constantly looking for more places to push, shove out those lanes. Audible again. Feels like, you know, Execration, they either need to find some pickoffs or play this really defensively, or else all of their towers are just gonna melt.
Yeah, like I said, they need a last pick that kinda stops them from farming and taking over the map, and Invoker is doing exactly that, and I think Invoker is applying enough pressure for them to win the game. Actually, he keeps getting pickoffs, he keeps making the game hard for enemies, and at some point this Invoker will just enable the Spectre.
And we got some packet loss to work
See
out,
you later,
so
nerds.
guess we just get to sit back, chill, but you know, Invoker as a space creator, especially in the hands of a talented mid lane player like Armel, always just has the potential to turn a game around, and I wonder, Phantom Lancer, he's one of those heroes that needs a lot of space too, so you know, maybe he is just not the optimal carry here if Mana Burn doesn't end up working out against the Invoker once he does get that Diffusal Blade online.
Yeah, actually Viper going for the Dragon Lance here, like I said, it's probably not an Orchid game, or he actually dropped it again out of his quick buy. So I think this Viper is as clueless as I am what item he should buy. Cause there's really only there's no real good choice in my opinion. I just hope they're gonna find some really good fights soon.
I mean, I'm super curious what he's gonna build to. Later on, something like a Shiva seems amazing this game, or any kind of those defensive, big teamfight AoE aura items. I could really see him just pick up, I don't know, Shivas, Assault Curse, anything like that.
Yeah, but not this early. Like this is like
exactly.
a second or third item. It's obvious at that point, but how does he get to that point and with which items?
That was what I was gonna ask you, because the only thing that comes to mind is Guardian Greaves plus like Hurricane Pike. Hurricane Pike or generally a 4-staff here seems super valuable too, because well, Tree and Protector, Oracle, Invoker, there's a lot of catch on the side of TNC that you can just ignore with the 4-staff. And what else can he really build, like you said before, other than maybe the Guardian Greaves?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he needs to go like Blade maybe KB or something like that, cause right now the Magnus, he's not gonna be able to get any decent RPs, cause they need someone to frontline and pull like the aggro of the enemies, and if he doesn't do that job on Viper, who's gonna do it? And if no one does it, this Magnus will not hit any RP. That's gonna be valuable. Let's hope they're gonna reconnect soon so we can see some more great Dota and figure out how they're actually gonna come back in this game.
Yeah, Chet was just blaming us as well, because we sound like we don't want to cast, but I love casting. It's sitting, staring at a pause screen every day for at least an hour that I don't want to be doing. Because honestly, it seems like Southeast Asian servers really aren't cooperating. Thankfully, everyone other than Magnus is reconnected here. Since, yeah, it's just been a lot of pauses, man. Especially the more hyped the draft is, the longer we're paused. I've said that before, and it seems to be the case still, because I'm really hyped for this game. I'm really hyped for the big RPs where I get to yell, and we're still a long, long road away from that point, you know? But it looks like everything is fixed. Go is being called by Execration, and we can finally get back into the action. Which so far actually isn't all that exciting, but you know, once I like 20%, oh, and Viper wants to go for the tree and protection. Now that gets gone on. Not only the save there, but also a dual victory for the Legion commander. Pretty happy about that. You did see how much damage the Legion took just for shooting up the Viper there. That's why I still think it's not the best matchup for the LC, but
the Viper really feels homeless right now, cause PL is kinda occupying all space and he wants to farm, and Viper needs to create some space, but well, she doesn't have a team to fight and she's not strong enough to solo do stuff, so right now he just feels like he's searching for a home, but well, there's no place anywhere to be at home.
Yeah, and the same can kinda be said about Pados' Phantom Lancer. I mean, I guess he's got the triangle, but when you're as a Phantom Lancer locked down in the triangle, you already know you're having a hard game, and honestly I think Execration, maybe they should try, yeah, applying pressure to the top lane right now. That should work out.
Anyway, yeah, they're forcing the tower now, while Magnus is trying to hold mid. Magnus is actually going for a Blink Dagger. I think in most of the games on Dota Pit we saw Magnus just go tank up, play like no dagger or dagger later. Now he's gonna get caught on mid maybe.
Not quite, and I was gonna say, he had a chance to put Gabby under the tower there. But at this point, skewering people on the tower, even if you do have a team to back you up, isn't gonna work out. Void Spirit immediately has to evacuate as he sees how hard the Spectre hit. Bad Rider, however, does have the lasso to set things up once again. Gabby still fine though. And this Spectre just doesn't give a hoot about what's going on around her. Legion Commander would really love to find a duel, isn't quite gonna succeed at that for the time being though.
Yeah, at least they defended the mid tower, it's pretty nice. So yeah, so my point is, I believe this Magnus should actually just rush the creeps so they are strong at fighting, and he doesn't really, like if you have a dagger you wanna sit behind your team and wait for the perfect RP, and I just feel like he can't do that at game. He needs to be like tanky and just run into them and make them go out of position by being annoying fast dude that just runs inside you.
I mean, the skewer right-click Magnus does seem a lot more entertaining to watch too, and that's all I really care about. So, once the Phantom Lancer comes online and with a Void Spirit to follow that up, I do think the RP could very well...
Bad Rider might get caught on top.
They do go for a duel here. I don't think they quite have the damage to make the duel victory, but doesn't matter, got the kill I guess. Nice pickup there for Armel, who's now on a killing spree. Pulling ahead, got that... Wait, what? Look at Armel's items and tell me whether I'm hallucinating, please? Or did I miss something? Do you just nowadays go full Spirit Vessel into Venomitis on the Invoker?
I don't think that's the usual build, but we've seen some late Midases already, but I don't think it's actually... okay, they got a Magnus still there.
Yeah, it seems to be working out all right for them. Void Spirit
Dire's middle tower looks
tries
to
to
be
just
disintegrating.
risk his own life for the rune. The good news is he is gonna get stay alive. The bad news is no room for him. And now Bad Rider looking for more, and they will find the Oracle. Phantom Lancer taking a lot of damage himself, and Bad Rider will go on down. Halos. Well, gets one shot by the Legion Commander. That works, I guess. LC still got a duel as well. Would love to find a jump on another one. Legion Commander also almost has that Blink Dagger going on. So that thing, pretty darn expensive.
I don't know, actually, I think I disagree on the Midas. I feel like it takes like at least 10 to 15 minutes to pay off, and oh, that's a dagger RP.
On the Legion Commander gets her passive broken and just gets killed off there with everything being chained up onto her. BDZ barely surviving, but
That's actually really nice getting a kill there. Like they really need those kills. They need to make the dagger of Magnus be worth the purchase.
it was almost even more disastrous. Legion just barely managed to buy out her Blink Dagger. If she had died there, then her Blink Dagger would be delayed by 2 minutes or something. So the timing, everything working out with that engagement for Execration, but that doesn't mean that TNC Predators still shouldn't be coming out ahead of those next couple of fights, because, well, no RP for another 80 seconds.
Oh, actually, I haven't seen this before as well. Veil on trend.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
Oh, that's a fun one. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of casting that build too. But I mean, with the Invoker, with the Tree and Protector ultimate, it's pretty darn insane. You just set your Invoker up to one-shot anyone. And a duel on the Bad Rider once again. This time around they may actually get a duel victory. KPI just really outscaling everybody. Meanwhile, okay, Tims, he got killed off trying to defend the mid lane, trying to depush there. Not quite the best of trades or whatever, but the fact that TNC not only got permanent dual victory damage there, but also now get to chip on the bottom tier too, get to force a response there while taking control of the Radiant jungle once again. It's keeping them in a really good spot here. It's keeping them pretty much in charge of this game, and now Oracle getting caught as I say that. I feel like if TNC let up on that aggression and start playing too careful here, Execration may actually turn this into a full-blown comeback.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they're going in.
Duel, once again coming out, this time out on the Magnus. Once again a duel victory as well, and now RR on the Bad Rider, running for his life, no duel to keep him contained, but what's the support Bad Rider who's already in a Firefly? Well, there's the Invoker coming with the tornado instead, and huge EMP getting dodged nicely. Armel actually went down, and Halo taking that kill, needs a lot of gold swinging around to him. Tim is gonna be the next one falling, but this Phantom Lance is still gonna go down for it. Yeah, he got.
And there's the Radiance on Spectre.
I was just gonna say that, but hey, look at that. TNC, yeah, they started off by losing the fight, but now RR is gonna get ran down by Gabby as well. And TNC, they got a Fat Spectre, they got a Legion Commander about to turn into a freaking hard carry here. What's not to love? This is actually looking pretty darn good for the side of TNC, with the Phantom Lancer still slowly but surely catapulting himself back online. Palos almost got that Manta Stealth, just needs an ultimate orb. And then things are gonna get a lot more exciting. From his side as well, he is playing really aggressively. And let's see if he can still pull that off with the Radiance being available.
Actually, I was wondering, does the trend Veil of Discord increase the dispersion damage from Spectre? It should increase it since it's source of spell damage. I mean, the source of the damage is a spell, right?
No, the source of the... oh boy. Magnus is gonna go down, but I'm fairly certain it doesn't, and yeah.
No, it should.
No, it's a damage return of the same type. It's basically like old Blade Mail used to come.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not the type, it's the source that matters on the new Veil. It increases like Bristleback, Quill Spray as well.
Huh. I mean, it's the same damage type assigned as the old Blade Mail. I know that for a fact. back when Blade Mail was still like an insanely nice. But even, oh boy, Viper, look at that, he's in super deep and he is gonna get caught. Legion Commander blinking forward, 5 seconds cooldown left on that duel, or it would have been another victory, but well, KPI, he's got 50 additional damage just while playing the tank Legion, while being there for his team to frontline and stable people most of the time. This is working out really well, and Spectre, I do mention a lot that that hero is kind of lacking damage in the mid to late game, but with all of your 3 cores coming online for TNC, I think they do have the damage, and there's the duel on the Phantom Lancer, Spectre really holding in, and victory for the Legion Commander picked up in an instant. There is the pop on as well, and that means the RP just gonna get counter shut down. The single Void Spirit not enough to make that RP combo work, and BDZ, he gets ran down, he gets killed up by Gabby there. Man, oh man, what a game. TNC, they finally, you know, get their strategy to work out the way it should, and then they really do show why they are such a scary team, why they have beaten so many tier 1 teams in the past. Once they roll, they have the precision and discipline of a freaking SWAT team. I don't really know how else to describe it.
Yeah, I don't see Execration getting out of that deathlock right now. Like, they're creating so much pressure with Invoker and Legion. They've killed threats everywhere, and the Spectre is just flash farming on Radiance.
What are you making of this Viper build then? Because honestly, I think that BKB may just be enough for at least one fight to be won by Execration in conjunction with the RP and everything being available. But at this point they have to be looking for an... what?
I don't think Viper deals enough damage. They just ignore her or kill her with like... yeah, I think they can just ignore her and another kill.
Oh man, just blink dual Sunstrike.
Like, if Viper BKBs, they're just gonna Tornado and maybe disengage or reset, or like Tornado the whole other team and focus her. But I think they should just try to dodge her if she got BKB, kinda. I don't think she deals enough damage to be a target.
Yeah, the Legion Commander honestly at this point can deal more damage than...
Oh, they caught the Spectre, this is big.
Catch that they've been looking for. Driving Spectre into the Viper as well. Legion Commander comes around with a Purge. Oracle's there as well. Spectre decides to turn around with that Radiance while Legion Commander goes on looking for the next kill here. Man, oh man, this KPI Legion Commander is truly insane. I'm really getting a blast out of watching this, and another duel. Boom. Okay, maybe not. Still barely won, but that was right close thanks to Marcus. But Marcus in the end still died for that one. KPI Legion now went down, but for what? Well, for two more kills going around to Gabby. Gabby beyond godlike, he's got everything he needs. He's got that platform from the Radiance, haunting back in as well. He wants more. In this case, by the Oracle getting killed off there, and he will find that only Palo is still alive from the side of Execration. And going to get caught with the Invoker helping out Spectre with the Purge is still not quite dealing well with the Invoker manages to help out just in time. That was very freaking close. However, with our Mel behind me, I would also just fight there, just blindly trust that guy, because honestly, he's been playing such an amazing Invoker.
Yeah, like you saw in that fight, I even caught the Spectre, but well, the Viper damage is just not there.
Yeah, and TNC, they're also just keeping such a close-knit lineup. They have, I mean, you said yourself, you usually go for a 1v5 carry nowadays, and then don't really care about the carry/damage potential from your mid and off lane. But TNC, they're actually doing the opposite. They have 3 carries, all 3 of which are coming online, all 3 of which are just, you know, becoming 1v5 carries at this rate. And they still have 2 super defensive supports to keep them safe, so as long as the carries don't fall off, as long as the carries keep on farming, I feel like TNC just aren't ever going to lose this.
And there's another smoke, and I feel like, wow, look at the Legion dual damage.
110 so far. It's only gonna keep on growing.
Top tower might be going down.
Yeah, actually, you remember last game where Execration just walked on the
Dire's top
high ground?
tower is under attack.
Look at TNC, they're actually not doing that mistake after the smoke gets popped.
Yeah, they're being very careful in their positioning. And also, I mean, they're pushing out the bottom lane with the Spectre as well. So even if they wouldn't, so much they wouldn't find anyone, they will find a duel. Once again, on that Void Spirit who really hasn't been having all that much
And
impact.
and the
Viper,
Viper.
yeah, he gets across, but there's the Treant ultimate. There's that thing I was talking about earlier with the Manta style where Spectre just...
Radiant's bottom tower
Still.
is under attack.
Oh! Yeah, Cat is just dead. And now Bad Rider getting caught as well. Can he at least get away from the Invoker?
Middle tower is under attack.
And now we actually see why Viper has such bad stats against Spectre in competitive Dota. Like in your pubs, Viper always destroys the Spectre because everyone is uncoordinated. But if you move as a team against the Viper and you have decent heroes, it's actually not a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, all Viper really brings to the table from the 25-minute mark, even in the best case scenario, even in the most uncoordinated pub, at some point all you got going on for yourself is the dispersion break. So you still need somebody to deal the follow-up damage, and honestly, who can do that right now? Palos, yeah, he deals some damage right now, has been pushing for a while, has just been, you know, ramping up his items as much as he can, but I don't think he has the damage to even, with a break on the Spectre, man-fight that one in a 2v1 or something.
I think the bigger deal is as well maybe not even breaking the dispersion, but just using the Netatoxing defensively on yourself or any other guy, and the Spectre can't desolate. I think that's a bigger deal for Spectre usually. Because you need to stop committing on your target with Manta.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Once the Manta gets close, especially.
Anyway,
see
Roshan.
Yeah, pretty quick one here, all things considered. I mean, Execration, they really don't have the optimal road lineup. Are going to lose a Bad Rider for that. Or maybe not even that. Still a dual victory. And the fight is gonna break loose before the road actually can get contested. Easy command is probably just dying, but there's the Invoker hitting an amazing tornado. As LC still gets chased, Magic immune, but not quite Phantom Lance immune. There's finally the fourth Chronos coming out. And down goes the Phantom Lance instead, getting punished for trying to dive the Legion. Now Ken getting ran by the Spectre, and
Yeah, that was actually really beautiful, that RP. But for some reason it wasn't enough, and now the Spectre is like killing everyone.
well, I'd say there were two major mistakes. First of all, the RP was kind of unexpected, and Execration needed a while to respond and to get their combos going. And the second one is that the Phantom Lancer, he just kept diving for that Legion Commander and got dragged way out of position where he got killed off eventually, so...
I also felt like his reaction time was off. He was hitting Roshan too long. He could probably have run earlier into the RP, and maybe they could have killed more people there if he reacted like 100, 200, 300 milliseconds faster. That could have been a game changer there. Like, that's kind of communication. You need to communicate what you're going to do and be instantly ready in a pro team.
Well, yeah, now we just get to see the team-wide finish unfolding. Nice juice from the Void Spirit, but not nice enough to get himself out of there. And TNC, they now get to finish the road while the mid tower gets pushed in by the creep wave. They could have just finished that tier 2, I think, too, but, you know, but sorry, they do not know that there are absolutely no buybacks available. So Spectre is literally immortal for the next couple of minutes. Legion Commander got 150 free damage just from finding those duels. Can by now pretty much 1v1 anyone other than the Phantom Lance reliably.
Wait, the Magnus as well went for late Hand of Midas. When did he actually finish it?
I don't know, I was gonna ask you, because I kinda missed that. And
he had a close early just for the value attack speed, and I think he bought it after the dagger or after the mecha. But I think it was after the dagger, because I haven't seen the mech yet.
Fine.
Radiant's top tower
So
is
he
under
went
attack.
mana boots dagger Midas, I guess. I don't know, I'm not sure if I should be a fan of those Midas purchases, cause it feels like it takes so long to really pay out and okay, fight.
Well, both teams smoking up. Execration bring their smoke without anyone attacking just yet, but they will find the Oracle. Oracle gets saved there by his teammates though. Will just save himself as Viper BKB is putting in some work, but not quite as much as you'd want to. Ken instead decides to make sure the Oracle is dead, but guess what? Oracle got magic immunity to work with. And now there's the Haunt, there's the Death Background, there's the duel on the Viper, making sure that he can't get away. Raging Potato teleporting out, nice TP there, but it's only a Magnus, and the Phantom Lance is still alive. And the Phantom Lancer is still in that fight, and I don't think he gets disengaged there. Nice dodge on the Tornado, still wants the Oracle, having accepted the fate already, but even just, you know, accepting that you're dead, trying to get a kill out of that isn't going to be enough to actually secure the kill. TNC 15k ahead, and oh man, this Legion Commander. I'm so happy I get to see a Legion Commander actually be that, you know, second carry, because that's why I love the hero so much. You get all the advantages of an offlaner and still just, you know, a reliable late gamer if you do actually find those duels as reliably.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it feels like they can kill everyone but the Spectre, so even if the PL is gonna manage to like kill Oracle or maybe even Invoker if he's lucky, it's not gonna be enough. It feels like he can't deal with the Spectre at all. And he kinda... I don't think his item build will be able later on to handle the Spectre.
what do you think about the option of building a Silver Edge? Yeah, it's very expensive, but PL Silver Edge is not that bad of a build, and Spectre currently is the main issue, like you've been saying. It's gonna get broken, it's gonna get chained up with everything they got, but I don't think Spectre even cares. Okay, maybe if the damage keeps on adding, but that's only the first guy on the Spectre still, which is why there's absolutely no teammates helping out just yet. And another duel with the Cataclysm to Magnus just dying off course by right now for that RP, but by the time he's back, the Phantom Lance is dead for 75 seconds, so even a good RP can't save this fight anymore. And I think Execration, they have accepted, they've just lost lane of Brax like that.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, 25 Spectre, this Persian talent.
Radiant's top tower
Now the game is gonna get a lot more difficult. I don't know, they just can't kill this hero at all.
Oh, the Magnus gonna die once again before he can cast RP. He just does not get to use reverse polarity, and GG is being called there. As the Legion Commander, 210 dual damage.
See you later, nerds.
She's hitting for 400. And oh man, this game, it was impossible, it was insane. This is the hype games we're talking about. The good old rule that, you know, the longer the pause, the more true the hype. Seems to still work out for me here. And TNC Predator, they show they still got it, they show they still know what they're doing. If only they do not get shut down in the early stages of a game. With that, we are gonna go to a bit of a break. Thanks for co-casting, man. It's nice to have somebody who knows all the ins and outs of Dota with me. And yeah, see you guys in just a little bit. We're setting up the next series. We still have 2 more best of 2s coming up for today, so plenty of Dota to go around.